Black is Way to Blue is the fourth studio album by, of course, one of my all-time favorite bands, Alice in Chains. Yeah, the fourth one overall. This was after I believe 15, no, after a 14-year hiatus between studio albums. And this hiatus, was apparent because of the passing away of lead singer Layne Staley, who passed away in 2002 of a heroin overdose. Alice didn't have any lead singers to, contribute to the next album. So they had to bring in a new singer, and it was Willem DuVall, who came in the band for 2006. And since then they never looked back really. And I would say that they overall did a great job on doing their two studio albums so far, being this one and The Devil Put Dinosaurs. So we start off with All Secrets Known. Starts off pretty mellow and stuff, with that riff at the beginning. Build a riff. And then of course, with the harmonies in the midway section, or actually in the beginning. That harmonize really well with each other. I really love that. And then, the song stays like that. And then we have some really vicious vocal attacks by, I believe, Jerry Cantrell and Willem DuVall, the vocal dual attack. Which is pretty nice, I would say. So this is an excellent opening track. Not one of Alice in Chains' best opening tracks, but it's way up there, of course. Then we have Check My Brain, and this is probably my favorite song of the album. It starts off with that really sludgy melodic riff. I can just hum that for all day, every day. I can just hum that. It's really addictive. It's a really addictive brain, especially when Jerry Cantrell says California, somebody check my brain. That is just such an addictive hook right there. Fantastic song overall. I really love it, and I would say it's probably my second favorite of the album. We will get to my favorite for sure. Then we have Last on My Kind. This is kind of a sad song, because Jerry is talking about the last of his kind, all the people that passed away beside him, Mike Starr and Layne Staley, all the iconic rock stars that's passing away because of drugs overdose. And I believe Jerry did some pretty heavy drug, usage as well back in his day, but he has, kicked it off, of course. That is why he's still alive. That is why Sean Kenny is alive as well, because they have quitted it. Otherwise, same result as Layne Staley right there. But this is also a really vicious track. It's pretty good. Great follow-up to Check My Brain, although, it's really difficult to check my brain, but Last of My Kind does a good job at that. Then we have Your Decision. This is one of my favorites as well. It starts off really atmospheric with that kind of weird alternative tone that Alice has on this record and on their Devil Put Dinosaurs album. They have a sort of alternative metal sound to them, which I really love. Of course, you're not going to beat that original grunge sound, but this is good as well, I guess. You have a different singer, a different era, so, it doesn't make any sense to repeat the past, I would say. I can name bands, but you can figure them out on your own. But I really love, the melodic riffs on there, the melodic opening, the vocals by Jerry Cantrell sound really harmonized, really beautiful. I just really love the song overall. It's a fantastic song. There's a music video for this one as well. I'm not the biggest fan of the music video. It's a bit vanilla, a bit bland, I would say, but I love the song though. Then we have a Looking In View, which has a pretty nice opening riff as well. I would say that the only flaw that I really have with this album, that the second half of this record is a bit, it falls down a bit, because all of the first songs are so single after single, and then we get into some more difficult territory, the more complex territory to say the least. which is a good thing as well. The record has diversity to it. And Looking in View is exactly that, a good song overall. Yeah, of course, it's not big as a hit as Your Decision, but it's certainly up there as well. When the Sun Rose Again is honestly probably the only track that I can't really describe because I haven't really paid attention to it. I probably know every song, just by track, by now, but except for When the Sun Rose Again, just a bit of a grey area for me, still a good song I would say, but can't really describe it because I haven't heard it. Well, I just have heard it, but I haven't heard it enough. And then we get Acid Bubble. This kind of reminds me of Check My Brain again. It's a really great song. A lot of sludgy riffs once again on here. Yeah, just a really heavy song. Proves that Alice in Chains have changed over the years with this track. And I really love the diversity on this track as well. Acid Bubble, it sounds really, sludgy, really heavy and well. Really cool title as well, so you gotta love it. Then we get Lesson Learned, and I believe this is the song where a music video for was made as well. Really weird music video. I love the song as well. It sounds really creepy and really atmospheric. The song overall is pretty good, I would say. It's a bit too dark, I would say, for Alice in Chains, because they are a really dark band, but this is just a bit too dark, I think. Just a little bit, but still a really great song nonetheless. Yeah, and then probably these last two songs are also really vague. Take Her Out is also a song that, I can't really remember now. I haven't listened to the record a lot, but I've heard it here and there. Just listen to it, so there we go. But overall, this track is good, but I can't remember it, 100%, so there we go. And then we have Private Hell. This kind of a chaotic track as well. They're probably talking about, that they can't have any privacy and stuff like that. And that if you are a famous rock band, then you're gonna get chased by everybody, by the press and just by people, your fans, by people that want some drama, some beef on their plate, stuff like that. So this is a pretty dark track, pretty accurate I would say, but it's not one of my favorites, but it still is a good song overall, good follow-up to Take Her Out. And then we get my all-time favorite song by this band. I believe I put it as like at number 9 on my top 10 Alice in Chains songs. But yeah, the title track, Black Gives Way to Blue, is a really perfect track to end off this record. It's just really melodic, the opening riff is fantastic, and it's mostly acoustic again, besides that riff at the beginning. Just a really beautiful piano chorus right there at the midway section. I just really love Jerry's vocals on there. He sounds really hurt, but he sounds like, he wants to be passionate and really professional at the same time, which gives off this perfect flow, perfect, song. It is really just the perfect ending song for this record. And it really sounds like, a tribute to Layne Staley, of course, the lead singer of, the former lead singer of the band. And it really sounds like a farewell song, I'll Remember You are the last lyrics of this album. Really beautiful way to end it off, and just a fantastic album overall. Black Gives Way to Blue is one of the best comeback albums of all time, I would say. It's certainly way up there as my favorite. We can look at the booklet for a bit, if I can get it out, of course. It is pretty difficult now, but hang on. These are just this is the band lyrics, and these are Jerry Cantrell and Sean Kenny. The guitarist, singer, and drummer. These are Mike Inez and new singer Willem DuVall, with more lyrics. And a sort of weird ass painting with a guy behind it, I don't know. It looks pretty weird, but I don't know what it is exactly. Then we have a really, this is pretty gross. I've actually never looked at the booklet, I believe. Never came to it. We have a really beautiful sea in the background, but you know, this is really beautiful. But this freaks me out though. This bitch with the heart. Oh, it looks really fake or something. Yeah, it's probably fake. If it was real, that would be pretty freaky. Then we have a girl, you know, with a brain. Well, a brain. With her brain out and her face on the ground. I don't know what. Yeah, check my brain, I guess. But what the fuck is this? Really heavy imagery right there. I don't know what's going on there, but I really love the record. I actually haven't even have the jewel case right now or the CD, so I'm gonna get it out of the CD player right now. The CD is actually really pretty as well. I believe this is actually the first time that I've played it on my CD player. I'm just mostly into my vinyls right now, so I don't really play CDs anymore. But I still, you know, enjoy some CDs in there, but vinyl is the way to go. So this was a really fantastic album. It's probably my favorite, you know, modern Alice in Chains album. Don't get me wrong, the Death Put Down the Source is really good as well, but I just think that this is fantastic, man. And I think that newest record is very good, but not great, you know, like this. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.8. Yeah, probably my only flaw with the record is that it just doesn't sound really like Alice in Chains, but they didn't go for that. You know, since the band has changed over the last decade, so there we go. Yeah, you know, the first 6, 7, 8 songs are really great. But then the last 2, and I would say When the Sun Rose Again, are kind of vague. They're kind of vague in my memory. And Black is Way the Blue is of course the perfect closer for the album. So that is the record. I really loved it. It's not perfect, but it's probably the closest thing to perfection that Alice has created since Jar of Flies, I would say. It's probably like that, because you know Jar of Flies is one of my all-time favorite EPs, and you know Dirt, of course, you're not gonna touch that. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this record. I'm gonna go leave now for the family. So hope you've enjoyed it. I still have to change though. Fucking hell. Change clothing and shit like that. Fresh up because I'm a dirty motherfucker. But I really love this record, Black is Way the Blue. Check it out if you haven't already. I love Alice in Chains, of course, as you guys may know. One of my all-time favorite bands. I haven't listened to them in a while, but maybe I'm gonna pick them up again. Maybe not, because you know I want to discover more bands. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel honors for more videos like this one. Let me know what you want to see in an upcoming video. Let me know in the comments and I will discuss it with you. And we'll probably do it because, you know, I'm desperate. I don't have a lot of requests at the moment, so there we go. Hope you've enjoyed it. God bless, stay safe, take care, and peace.